We're here today in St. Augustine, Florida with Crystal Bowersox on Show Day Unfiltered. Today she's going to be giving a masterclass on how to command the stage as a solo artist. Crystal Bowersox built her name on American Idol, but she's built her career on stages where there's nowhere to hide. A singer-songwriter and multi-instrumentalist from Northwest Ohio, Crystal has mastered the art of holding a room alone. No band, no tracks, no distractions, just her story, her presence, and the command of the stage. Today on Show Day Unfiltered, we're spending the day with Crystal to explore what it takes to step on the stage alone and hold the room intentionally, confidently, and without production.
Might just because of the hey, 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 hey. Oh, well, how am I supposed to forgive you? Little cardboard sign red from the snack. Don't want to stop. No, 'cause that'd be crazy. Stranger, I'll take it here, even if you can.
All right, Crystal, thank you so much for taking the time to do this interview with us and helping all the new up-and-coming artists get better at their craft and mastering the stage. Okay, question. When you first get on the stage, what decisions are you making before you sing your first note?
Well, what to wear. Aside from that, I would say, when crafting a set list for the evening, you sort of want to take into account where you are, who is your audience, and then also sort of starting on a good high note. And if you have some more somber songs, let the lull come in the middle and then lead them on a high note. I think that that's always a pretty good plan for the trajectory of your set for someone who does the kind of music that I do, is singer-songwriter stuff, storytelling kind of stuff. Just you want folks to be introduced to a happy tone, I suppose, or an up-tempo tone, and then let them go home feeling that high too.
Good. So how do you decide when to talk and when do you let silence do the work for you?
How do I decide? I don't know that it's a conscious decision that I'm ever making. For me, it's really just trying to be as present in my body and in the moment as I possibly can, and just letting that guide me through the evening, through the whole show. And I don't always stick to my set list, if I even have a set list at all. Sometimes I just scrap the set list and play whatever I feel like playing in the moment, which is easy to do as a solo artist. Be different with a band and everybody, but sometimes if I don't feel like talking, then I don't talk. And if I feel like talking, then I'm going to talk. That's usually how it goes.
What mistakes do solo artists make trying to fill space that you want to give somebody advice about?
Trying to fill space on stage, like between songs specifically, I think not saying anything. Just not speaking to your crowd, or some artists might even think or act like there's a wall between them and their audience. I mean, you really need to connect with your audience in a way. And one thing that's always helped me do that is by just sort of talking to the audience as if they're one close loved one. Like I'm talking to a friend, and they are all that friend as one. And that sort of helps me to speak in a more casual, authentic way with them, and that helps people feel connected to the artist.
So what's the big difference between performing songs and holding the audience as a solo artist alone on the stage as per with the band?
When you're a solo artist, it's a very vulnerable, almost sort of feel sort of naked, I guess, all by yourself, and the only other entity in the room is the audience to talk to and connect with. But when you have a band, of course, you guys have inside jokes and you can look at each other and giggle and laugh, and there's more interplay between the players on stage and less of a need to look outward to your audience for connection. You're just probably spending more time connecting with your bandmates on stage. So for me, I like performing solo in this way, and especially right after the show, I go straight over to my merch table, and I'm often selling my own merch, running the point of sale and doing all the things, and and that gives me a moment and an opportunity to really connect with my audience and let them know one-on-one. And I hear stories about how my music has played a role in their life, or like was at their child's wedding, or just all of these really personal things.
So what advice would you give a new artist trying to take the stage and go on the road and call this crazy life theirs?
When I was a newbie, I asked a seasoned professional for advice. I played this show in San Diego with an artist named Sean Mullins, and he did that "Everything's Gonna Be Alright" for the kids. Probably don't even know that song. But he was walking out these giant double wide stage loading doors, and he had his guitar in one hand and a hat on, and it was very cinematic. And I just said, "Hey, Sean!" And he stopped and he turned and he looked, and I said, "What advice would you give a newbie?" And he just said, "Keep your overhead low." And then he tipped his hat and walked into the sunset. And I was like, I didn't really understand it then, but I definitely know now. Keep your overhead low, because this is a really expensive game to play. It's, not that it's a game, but it's you gotta think, hotels and gas and food and your stage clothes, stage gear, your guitar itself, or whatever instrument it is you play. Our instruments are expensive. Everything about this life is expensive. So keeping your overhead low, meaning like, if there's food in the green room, you're taking all of it. I am not above putting buffet crackers in my pocket. You do what you got to do to make it work, and turning a profit is hard to do. A lot of people, they can, just, I'd say don't go into debt touring if you can. But yeah, just do everything you can to be scrappy and save money. Stay with friends as often as you can. And also your fans. Your fans are an amazing resource, and you'd be surprised how helpful they want to and can be. If you just ask, they want to support you, so let them.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
I'm excited about Showtime tonight. I'm a big fan, I have to admit that. So I can't wait to see the show.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Thank you for doing this.
All right. All right, so all the sound checks are done. We had a great interview with Crystal. I'm so excited to see the show tonight. It's sold out completely, so let's go check it out.
Seriously. So many beautiful faces here. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Get up to the song that Spirit is telling me to start with tonight. I don't know if that's the thing or whatever. It's my own thought. My thing.
The world can get so heavy, make you feel like you're gonna break. It's hard to hold the tears behind the levee, but the scars we learn are lessons learned. Grandmother used to say, don't waste your whole life fighting to find out fighting ain't the way. Well, honey, cry when you need to cry, laugh when you feel like laughing. Tell that lighter of a little thing called fear to calm down and start relaxing. Sing when you have a song, do everything you do with passion. Love who you love and dance when you feel like dancing.
You guys have been amazing. Thanks. I love you so much. Thank you. St. Augustine, you're on.
All right, Crystal, that was an amazing show. One of the things that I picked up on that you did today was how you took everything that happened during the day and you kind of incorporated it into your show tonight. That was amazing.
Thank you.
Can you tell me just what was a moment that you actually had to use some restraint, or did everything just flow?
A moment I did actually have to use restraint. A conversation that I had with a fan prior to the show was a really emotional and seemed kind of a private one. And I wanted to share with everyone how it affected me and what I took away and learned from it, but I also didn't want to, of course, out that person and embarrass anyone or sharing personal information. So I definitely held back on that. I could have gone a lot deeper, I think, in sharing with the audience how that conversation really affected me. This fan had shared about his daughter who passed away, and she loved my music, and it just made me bawl my eyes out before the show. But I had to keep it together on stage, and if I really had gone deeper and shared more of that story, I probably would have cried in front of everybody, which there's nothing wrong with that either. But I had to show some restraint there, and but all in all, I think just people come out after and share more stories, and it's all hugs and handshakes and everything. People are leaving with a lighter heart than what they came with, and that means I'm doing my job right.
Yeah, it was amazing. The thing I loved the most about the show is how you told the stories and they really connected in. Like, I'm actually feeling changed and I'm inspired after watching the show.
Yay! Oh man, thank you. I just really try to be present in whatever is moving through me, through my mind. I want to be here in that moment and share it. And the first song in, I don't normally play that song. I haven't played that song in a while. It's called Love Who You Love, and something said play this song, and then there's this like breakdown part, and on the album there's a woman who I consider like a spiritual mother to me. She's a dear friend, and she speaks on that part. So I speak at the live show, and the thing that was coming to me, some fellow before the show had said, it's too late for him to learn how to play guitar, and I just want people to go do the thing that they're drawn to do, but we make excuses for why we can't do it, and it's never too late. It's never too late to do the thing. Go do the thing.
Absolutely.
Go do the thing.
Absolutely. And last thing I want to ask you, for the last bit of advice that you want to give recording artists out here trying to do it now.
The last bit of advice. Be unabashedly, unapologetically yourself. Don't try to minimize who you are, your personality. You think, I'm too much or too little, or somebody else tells you you're too much. No, you're not. They just go find less. Then, if I'm too much, go find less. Be yourself, and the right people will be drawn to you. And they'll find you, and the authenticity, I think, is what people are drawn to. So people can see right through any false narratives, or like any schmoozy stuff. I personally prefer an artist that is who they say they are, on and off camera, no matter who's looking. Be you.
All right. Well, thank you so much for taking part in the Live Edge Show Day Unfiltered. And this was Someday. Thank you so much, Crystal.
Thank you. This was a lot of fun.
All right.
I know there's beauty in the burden, and even on my darkest day, that sun will shine. Oh, but right now, even though my heart is hurting, all is as it should be, and everything will be